Hello, everybody. Got extras. Perfect. Hi, everybody. We're back again. My name is Brett Parker. I'm a registered nurse. I have a master's degree as a nurse educator. And today's lecture is on chemical dependency as a healthcare professional. And the first part of that is going to be drug abuse and the effects of drugs on the brain. And we'll do that, and then we'll take a break. And then we're going to talk about chemical dependency in the healthcare professional, how it affects you, whether you think it does or not, how it can affect your career, how it can affect your coworkers, and in general, whether you have a chemical dependency problem or not. Some of the tools we're going to talk about, how you can better navigate doing crazy things like me and staying sober like me. For example, years ago, I would drink to fall asleep and do caffeine and stuff to stay awake. I still do the caffeine to stay awake. I got some iced tea in here and a Red Bull. So yesterday I did a 16-hour shift. Got 4 hours sleep yesterday. Went to work last night at 7. Got off 7:30 this morning. Went home, took a 15-minute nap, ate a boiled egg, pounded a Red Bull, and here I am. Okay, not because I'm totally crazy, but this is a lecture I do here every fall, San Jose State every spring, and then at the end of college as well. It's that important. It's that important. Okay. I didn't think it was that important when I sat right there in that seat in 2006 when Sharon Lutman gave this lecture who this is based upon. Who I've become great friends with because I know her from the We Care support group. And her and Susan the same about it. But we'll get into that more in that part of the lecture. So we're going to start with drugs and their effects on the brain. All right, so here's some myths. Number 1, is addiction voluntary?
It's a choice.
It's a choice of what happens after that.
Yeah.
When your body craves it.
Okay, we're going to talk about that more. We're going to talk about that more. The choice may be to pick up. Okay, we're going to get into the choice may be to pick up, but after you do that, you lose the inhibitions. You lose your ability to make judgment. You have impaired judgment because you're under the influence. And then, over time, it becomes more and more involuntary. You can't treat addiction with more drugs. True or false? Who says true? It depends on what drug. I guarantee you, you're going to be in the hospital and you're going to have an E2H guy or lady who's detoxing. You're going to have to give them Librium and Ativan and Valium and Versed and all these happy things to keep their brain from going into overdrive because it already is. And I'm going to talk to you about that. Okay. The addict must be motivated for the treatment to work.
True. Yes, they have to be positively motivated. They have to want to.
So if somebody says, I want it, you just say no. You ever heard about bring the body and the mind will follow? I'm going to explain why that works. Okay, it's a family pattern learned by the addict, not genetics. There is a genetic component. We're going to talk about that as
There
well.
has to be, because some people who have no family component become addicts.
So what I'm going to ask you to do today is open your mind. If you have any preconceptions, I'm hoping to blow them out of the water. That's my plan. Where's the physical evidence for brain damage? I'm going to explain it. It isn't. Okay. So the history of drug and alcohol use. The use of drugs by early man and animals and the treatment of chemical dependency is an interesting theory. I look back in history. We can contemplate that perhaps man saw a bird walk up to an apricot that was rotting on the ground. And the bird walked up, all nice, sober, straight gait, pecked at that fermenting apricot for a couple of minutes, and then started to wobble off and went, what is that? I want some. And then he tried it, and tried to concentrate it. There's examples where elephants in African villages, if they're brewing something, they will raid the village and they will get into the beer and drink it until they get extremely intoxicated. Why? Because it makes you feel good. It does. You can go back to ancient Egypt. Okay, they found lots and lots of breweries around all the sites of these temples and pyramids that they built. Okay, they had a lot of grain. They grew a lot of grain. They stored the grain. They didn't make a lot of bread. They made a lot of liquid bread. Low alcohol content beer. Now, can you imagine hundreds of thousands of people chipping at rocks, drinking beer all day? America, right? Well, it's a low alcohol content. It has energy. It has all the nutrients they need. So, of course, why wouldn't they do that? And then there's wine. I mean, over the years, man has sought out ways to ferment, distill, and purify alcohol. It's one of the first drugs, most powerful drugs on the planet, actually. Used for anesthesia, lots of things. So, use of drugs by early man and animals is well documented. Treatment of chemical dependency, though, varies on the culture you're in. Some tribes, they may ostracize people. Some may put you, if you talk about not ancient, but Massachusetts in the 1700s, they put you in the stockades if you were a drunkard. Anybody here old enough to remember Andy Griffith or watch Andy Griffith reruns? Right? Remember the guy, Otis? Was it Otis? Drunk. They'd lock him up overnight, let him sober up. Okay. So there's different ways people dealt with chemical dependency, whether it was dealt with, ignored, or actually treated. What we know today, there are many proven methods to treat chemical dependency. We know it from a disease model. We know it is a disease. We know there's not a cure. I hate to argue against all the commercials you might see on television, but there's no cure, but there is treatment to put it into remission, and if you follow that treatment, you may not have a relapse.